Stoicism is a philosophical movement that developed in the early 3rd century BC during the Hellenistic period. It was founded by Zeno of Citium and named Zenonism. However, the name was later altered to Stoicism. The contemporary definition of the English term Stoicism is extremely important in this respect and happens to be somewhat of an anachronism of its Hellenistic history, since Stoics strongly held a notion that unpleasant emotions were the unavoidable result of misjudged perceptions. According to Stoicism, the only way to obtain ultimate happiness is to embrace reality in its absolute literal form. The Stoics believed in the logos permatikos, according to which the universe has a rational structure based on cause and effect, and no one had clear dominance over that structure. However, instead of practicing control over it, the Stoics believed in accepting the structure in its truest form while being in the pursuit of self-development through the 4 cardinal values: wisdom, temperance, justice, and courage.
Zeno's inception as a philosopher and the emergence of Stoicism began in 301 BC, when the former merchant of a great altitude and wealth lost all his fortunes in a shipwreck in Athens. During his period of inactivity, Zeno read the works of Socrates, led him to search and work with Athens' notable philosophers until Zeno was bringing his own ideas of the Stoic. 3 phases. Zeno's ideas find their roots from that of the Cycans, the leader of whom Athens was the follower of Socrates in his time. Chrysippus, Zeno's most notable student, was later responsible for formulating his teachings into what is called Stoicism today. The scholars usually divide the history of Stoicism into 3 phases: early Stoia, late Stoia, and middle Stoia. Implication of Stoicism. One of the social issues suicide rates are increasing everywhere, caused by depression, stress, and other mental illness. Hence, maintaining a healthy mental is important. Stoicism is a good helper because it's about enduring the hardships of a life with fortitude and strength. Stoicism also teaches us how to strengthen the control of an emotion, to prevent emotion to take care of over our behavior and actions. Stoicism give positive impact on mental health, so that social issue due to the mental health will decrease.
Case Study 1. Stoicism and Psychological Resilience. The volunteers of the research received psychological skills training about Stoicism mindset. After training, the satisfaction with life and flourishing increased, positive emotion increased by 16%, negative emotion reduced by 23%. Practice Stoicism in a month has a lifelong impact, which is effective to develop lasting ability to adapt stressful situations. Case Study 2. Cognitive Training based on principle of Stoic philosophy. The study started comparing the 3 groups of people completing different online cognitive trainings over an 8-day period. The result shows the experimental groups had a reduction in rumination and also showed increase in self-efficacy. These cases have proved that Stoicism can help us to become strong when struggling in life and decrease suicide rate by having a correct training of Stoicism. Implication of Stoicism on politics. Stoicism teaches us to think rationally and calm. When a politician uses Stoicism, the discussion on an issue will end in a better way. The discussion made will be sooner and will not be biased. The government will also be open to criticism and receive opinion. Stoicism may give negative impact in politics. People with Stoicism believe in dichotomy of control. What is and what is not within their control. Hence, they will accept the situation that they cannot control, such as getting an irresponsible leader and unfair act. For example, the March for Our Life protest. According to Stoicism, they should accept the situation. However, they follow their emotion of sadness or anger to protest. In the end, the act and laws on gun control improve.
For the discussion, Stoicism appears to hold as a form of what psychologists today call resilience training. The training refers to our ability to endure stressful events without being overwhelmed by them. The Stoics had some great tools to help fight negative feelings. When you are good at dealing with the negative, you have more time for the positive, and that also helps you to stay resilient. Stoic mindset for emotional resilience. One of the mindset is to prepare a day by thinking negatively. And we should love what happens and also beat adversity as well as recognize the opportunity for growth. Finally, we need to focus in ourselves. When a politician uses Stoicism, a discussion will end much sooner and better. They will be able to reason calmly and open for criticism. The politicians will work with them for good government instead of slandering the opponents.